I don't let me. If you look there.
You look now.
It's okay, but when it from your post, it's have a way to look bright. Look okay.
Hi everyone, welcome to another live. We've seen some persons early. Thanks for coming on this early. We tried to get the best lighting, so bear with us. Want to make sure so it makes sense because it's kind of looking dark.
Maybe you can hide it a little. Yeah, baby.
Yeah,
Much better.
necessary.
I
No,
think that your body's
yeah, it's a
reflecting.
reflection. Um,
Alright, just
I'm trying to. Oops.
is it possible to lean it back now? See? Yeah.
Um, increase the brightness.
I don't know. We do the live it probably would better.
Yeah. This is something.
Much a little better.
Yeah, so a little better.
Alright, so yeah.
It looks a little better. I
Mm-hmm.
hope.
Just a little better.
Maybe go back. Anyway, we're trying to, as we say, get the best lighting. Um,
Just a
so
little
bear with
better.
us a little. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So
Yeah, sorry about that.
sorry about the delay. Hi. So again, welcome to everyone. To another conversation of the least. Well, this is our, of course, every Sunday night live. I say every. I could be reluctant because let me not be
Sometimes.
reluctant. Can we try? Because sometimes we're not on every week, every Sunday, but we try. All right. So welcome to everyone. You have seen the topic, but before you do that, remember now, as you come on to the live, you must click the like button so as to register that you are here. All right. And of course, it helps with the channel as we are taught as YouTubers that when you guys like the live, it helps our channel to be seen and also promoted by YouTube. So do the right thing. All right. So I hope your Sunday has been well. I think we had an okay one. Yes,
Yes, church was great.
church was good. So and if you do need a church home, 36 and a half Barbican Road,
King Center.
opposite New Providence Primary School. Can't miss it.
Interesting.
Yeah, Barbican, not King's Sense. All right, you can't miss it. So come and visit. Come and visit. We'll welcome you. We welcome you.
Yeah.
All right. So as we said, still you've seen the topic. What we're looking at tonight. What we want to do. Let us give a little backdrop information on the topic as we did us, little research. So the topic, of course, we're looking at is, do men really? Is a scratch me. Don't your ears are scratchy, guys?
Inshallah.
Sure. Uh, This is life. So yeah, we did some research and so there's some information that we found out on the topic regarding as to whether or not men are the ones who want to be want sex more, or ladies. Yes, so we're going to read the information that we found regarding it. So trying to still find the best lighting, guys, because I don't want it to be like when the video does look dark. So bear with us. Anyway, so it is said that the most famous research on the subject is a 2001 meta-analysis by Roy Mr. Kathleen Catanese, and another person. Combining results of 150 earlier studies, you can't measure sex drive themselves directly. So the study looked at a wide range of proxy measures. They found that men had more frequent sexual thoughts, fantasies, and more and spontaneous arousal. For instance, one study they looked at reported that nearly all the men, 91%, but only half of the women, 52%, experienced
Good
sexual
night,
desires
Marlene. Good night. Welcome.
several times a week or more. Hi, Molly. Good night. So, and of course, as you come on, identify who you are. Don't be silent. Tell us who you are, and we can give a shout out. So, Marlena is here, our regular member to the live. All right. So if you're here, just indicate who you are so we can know who you are. No problem. All right. So what we just read, the statistics of a study from 2001 says that 91% of all the male that were studied or surveyed,
Surveyed by.
91 up to 91% of all of the men that were surveyed show that men had more thoughts, had more frequent sexual thoughts, fantasies, and spontaneous arousal than the 50 than against 52% of the women that were surveyed who showed desire. You understand me? So overall, they said 91% of the men that were surveyed showed that they were more into sex and sexual fantasies and their thoughts more than the women. Because the women rate was 52%. Um, it reached further. I don't know if we want to stop this and talk about
I
that
mean, you could.
because it is good to know kind of just lick the ball out to the park to say, all right, argument done. Is the man then.
Welcome, Carlene. Welcome.
Hi, Carlene. Hi. Good night to you too. Right. It's like it I lick the ball out of the park. Argument done. I demand them. All right. All right. I don't know if this survey can be contested because I wish more men were on the live or men would come on the live so we can hear a balanced conversation. But I don't know if this can be contested at any at all because it in my own life, my own thoughts. Well, the good thing about it is that these thoughts I can always have them because I know where to go. You shouldn't. All right, but yeah, it I don't think it is the survey is lying at all. I don't think it is lying. But let me read on. Although before I read on, it still shows that there are ladies though out there because it's more than half of the ladies that were surveyed, 52%, a little over half, had the same tendencies and thoughts as the men. It does the percentage for the men was higher.
It's higher.
You understand what I say? But it doesn't mean that ladies, a good percentage of ladies out there still, have the same level of
Yeah,
thinking
there's
and
some.
thing. Mhm.
There's some ladies whose sex drive is just as aggressive as the men,
But
you
them
know.
not as much.
And I think on a whole, a lot of ladies' sex drive is like that. But I think that some ladies are just facing so much to do. And sometimes being tired and all of that, you know, you have to be like, what am I going to do now? And there are other times when you find yourself
Hmm.
turn up, and it's like the playing field is leveled.
True. So
So
Martin says that cause most women mind. Oh, that cause most women is preoccupied with worrying.
See?
When our minds are cleared, then we measure up with the men.
Basically, yeah. It doesn't happen like that. It
We're going to get there. We're going to get into that part of it. Let me read some more of the survey. It says men's desired
does.
frequency of sex was higher too throughout the lifetime of a relationship. One study found that wives consistently reported that they were quite satisfied with the amount of sex they had in their marriages. So the ladies were saying in the survey from 2001, the ladies were saying in their marriages they are quite satisfied with the amount that they were being received, that they were receiving. They are quite satisfied. Um, but men on an average wished for about a 50% increase.
Well, what is that saying? To me, that is saying that the men, they seem to just have that crave, and they were built that way.
I mean, I think so too.
Built that way.
Because I'm also reminded that is how much millions of sperm
Yeah,
a man produces,
compared to what? Yeah,
and they're competing basically. That millions of sperm competing for one digga egg.
that's
So
yes, honestly, because I think
mm,
even if you look on surveys upon survey, it is going to prove that men have that drive more than women. And I think one of the main thing why is because God made men to be hunters. Men, yeah, in a sense, because
so
you
hold
can't
on,
tell
hold
me
on,
that
hold on,
is
hold on,
the
hold on.
men not getting enough. Even those men with that great high sex drive, I
Yeah,
believe they could be getting morning, afternoon, and evening.
yeah.
And as the survey is saying, they still feel as if they could get a 50% more
Increase.
increase.
Yes.
So is I think that is
So
just
like you're
something that
asking for
God
an
put
increase
in
in wage
men.
that you'll never get.
Exactly. And it's a good thing in a sense. It is a good thing
Oh
in
God.
a sense, but it needs to be curved maybe with some men. Or maybe who knows what kind to do the spouse. Maybe they're quite fine with
So
it.
let me carry on with the survey because we're gonna get into the topic. But let's carry the survey.
Yes,
Um,
Jesus.
right. So the ladies that say they are most sorry. Let me read again. Men blah, 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 blah. Wives consistently reported that they were quite satisfied with the amount of sex they had in their marriages, but men on average wished for about a 50% increase. Now these are the men in the marriages. 50% increase. Another another that a majority of husbands, 60%, but only a minority of wives, 32%, said they would prefer to have more often, sex more often.
And see, it's the same thing Carlin is saying.
Carlin said, what you do what Carlin says?
Carlin said men have more of a thirst than women, but some women want more when the men
Are tired.
are
Man is
tired.
tired.
It's true.
No, we're gonna get into that too.
I agree
Because
with you, Carlin.
because I over the 21 years now, I think I have an understanding, a clear understanding about something. But let me read on. Um, all right, that part did not make it. And all right. Further on in the survey, it says men initiate sex with their partners around twice or three times as often and refuse it less often.
That's so true.
This is spot on.
Oh
This
my
is spot
God.
on. So we have a number of things to touch, spot on. Um, uh, blah, blah, blah. One experimental study had a moderately attractive opposite sex person approach men and a woman and offered sex that evening, and this is a survey that was done, 100% of the women refused the approach compared to 25% of men who did not, who refused. So 75% of the men them accept the proposal, but 25% of the men refused when 100% of the women refused the proposal that was brought to them. More men are interested in a wider range of sexual practices. Another thing to talk about. Men sacrificed more for sexual pleasure, whether in financial terms.
No, I mean, no, you see.
They spend more on pornography, or in terms of risk. They were more willing to have extramarital sex. In general, men have more favorable attitude towards sex, being more permissive regarding sexual casual sex and promiscuous sex. And overall, men are less likely to report low sexual desire and more likely to rate their level of sex drive highly. And interestingly, all right, we won't touch upon that is an additional part that we won't get into. Because this survey is encapsulating everything, both male, female, straight and not people that straight. So we're just sticking to what we sticking to. All right. So to go back up to talk about the frequency, all right. And in the study, it shows that men were more likely to ask for sex more frequently. What I have found out, well, I can say unequivocally that is true. As a man, I think it's true.
Well, I witness it to be true.
So that is true. The thing about it is, I believe like when you get into I don't know how that is going to be possible, because if you're courting somebody, and especially from a Christian standpoint, and we can even talk in the natural, in person who are not Christian, because the truth is you're not going to see somebody and just jump to bed with them, right? But how do you know what their sexual appetite would be
I
like?
don't think that is something that you can honestly pick up before you're in a real serious committed relationship.
So before
Especially,
you're married
yeah,
also.
especially for Christians are people who have a certain moral for themselves and decide that certain line will not be crossed until such time. And some people are good with hiding what they do and how they are. So my my honest opinion would be that if you're a person, for instance, when you're just getting into a serious committed relationship and you're worrying about, Lord, I wanted, me I gotta be able to please him, because that was one of my concern.
Yeah.
Not, you know, and I think as you grow with each other,
Yeah.
you know, you fix your thing automatically. It kind of form its own form as you go along. But at this stage, I don't think it have to do with pleasing or not pleasing. It's about the who craves it more.
Right.
And most of the time, as the survey is showing, is that men are the ones that craves it more. So men, I don't want to say men are animals, because it seems to me that that's
No,
how God made
we're all animals, but that's why we
in
we,
their
we,
own
we,
right.
we, we have the power of mind and speech.
Really. But
As in man
yes,
and woman.
that's true. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter, and that's why you have to find somebody who is you're compatible with. Because
But
regardless of the fact that men may
so there's
have
some compatibility that you grow with, or you grow
right,
into.
and some you can't get up to it sexually.
Because I mean, when I said the compatibility, meaning you don't know what is what before, and so to get
Before,
into it now,
yeah,
for example, I may when we get into marriage and we're getting intimacy and having sexual intercourse and thing, um, you will know that this is the partner prefers to have it 3 times for the day
Yeah.
until you
And some
realize
people are just
until
addicts.
until you realize that boy because initially at the start, everybody both parties
Everybody
are
have
rabbits.
fun. That is so true. At
You
the
know?
start,
Everybody
it's
are
as if
both parties are
I
rabbits.
noticed, like, speaking from a woman point of view, at the beginning of that committed relationship when you come together, it's as if you discover this
Yeah
woo,
man,
and
and
you cannot get
you can't
enough.
get enough.
You cannot get enough. But the truth is, life starts happening. You understand where responsibility with different tasks and things that need to be done.
Mhm.
And yet, both men and women have their own have responsibility. And then children come in, some people studying, you
Mhm.
understand, and all of that.
Life
If
happens.
life happens,
Mhm.
but then you may be like, woo, and you're ready and fit and everything. Coming up, even with life happening, if live until I think for some reason the woman just burn out sometime. It slow you down a little.
Mhm.
And say, "Man, come up here, I'm tired." But it's not like you don't have that drive. You understand?
Mhm.
But I just think that some women just can't catch up with the men. Because the men just be like, it's like they're tigers. And that's why the hunting comes in.
Mhm.
Because as you have some sports have some little place where the sun never does shine. Like I mean them no matter if they were tired,
Yes.
no matter if they were
Uh-huh.
exhausted in such a way that babe, can you help me with this? Baby, man, baby, no, I'm tired and exhausted, man. Just come out of it. All
So
right.
make sure they know you.
Makes you say, baby or babe, come here a minute, man, with that tone or that voice where you know what
Mhm.
I'm saying. Hold on, baby, I'm coming. And they're ready. So I don't another thing I want to know if men having this big sex drive, if it gives them energy. I wonder if it gives women energy and stamina to just
Chill on the whole
tear
place
down the
and
whole
build it up. Huh?
place. Yeah.
Before you go there, so I believe that after if it is that you develop you don't understand your partner's cycle of desire, if you want to call it that,
Yeah.
or the frequency with which your partner will want to be intimate. Um, what do you then conform or do you say no, make can't match up to that?
Oh my, you have to confirm. Put your best foot
But
forward.
all right then, so after 21 years, do you
Mhm.
still conform? Like, do you keep up with?
I mean, there's some natural. No, honestly, there's some natural time when you're beating exhausted and you're not trying to save no face. But the next time around, now say you tear up the place, so you don't know say you kind of you make it up so nobody can
Because
complain.
the thing about it, is that as a survey was saying that most women in the marriages say boy they are well satisfied, they are quite okay with what
Yeah,
they're getting.
me
But
okay.
the men on the other were
Me
who
not.
would have want would no and the survey said the men would have
Yeah.
want a 50% increase. Just
And
I mean half percent half a percent more.
yeah, but I mean,
Because
I cannot speak for men, but I guess you can. But and at the end of the day, they have to strike a balance. I think with men or with most men, that's where more sort of kind of understanding,
mm-hmm,
supportive men
mm-hmm,
and husband coming wearing and know say, you know, if you just kick it back a little, we can't kill her because you still need your dinner. You understand the
mm-hmm.
ladies still have our work. Some ladies study too. And you still need a decent place that you're living for those who can afford your clothes.
Mm-hmm.
And you still need a comfortable environment and everything to be wonderful. So
So it goes back to and as I say, if you're on
comfortable.
the live, you can just light the live and join the conversation. So it goes back to then that the truth is life does happen because when you're starting out, Harris, okay, not sure who that is, but good night to you.
Good
Um,
night, Horace.
um, yes, when you just started out, as you were saying, that there is no limit to the desire, there was no limit to how many times you would go
You
at
would
it.
go to
You understand me? But as life happens, so you know, work, and so forth. And you find that when the both of you go, especially the both of you work out, coming in, the tiredness will be there, right? And so you respond the same frequency may not be this the frequency may not be the same because of tiredness or whatever. So most person reserve it until the weekend.
And well, some people do. And I mean, some people may do reserve it to the weekend, yes, because of their lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
However, if that's the case, nobody should be even murmuring, you know?
You mean that if they agree to for the weekend?
Yeah. Yeah, if that is your designated
Time.
day or time, there should be, man,
It,
the roof should be on fire. Everything should be burning up.
me not,
Nobody should be.
me not lie to you. I believe, you know, for me,
It should be
though,
spontaneous.
though at 21, after 21 years, um, my desire is not dropped, not one bit.
And that's good. That's good. I think it's a good thing. That's why I come back where I said men. My opinion is that men were
Let
built
me
that
ask you,
way.
your desire has fallen a bit?
I don't think my desire has fallen,
Well, the
but
survey say yes.
I don't think no, well survey can relate to many and they may not relate to some.
All right.
However,
Yes.
I don't think my desire has fallen. I think there are times when you have more to do, and there are times when
Because you work from home.
right, and there are times when the body itself needs to be rejuvenated. Whereas if different things can happen, and you find out that you may even rise to the occasion, you find yourself drop, you know, a little bit, or you may come up in the middle or what have you. But I don't think it's a thing of drop desire. I don't think so. I cannot speak for all ladies.
But so you're saying your desire has not fallen after
No, I
21
don't.
years?
I don't think it has fallen after 21. However, my momentum.
You should change the word.
No,
Then.
I'm not to the word is relative. However, a lady's momentum may shift a little. But you know when to. I'm not speaking for all ladies, but for myself, I know when to pump it up and know that it's not gonna fly, Michelle. And pump.
You do.
Yeah.
All right.
So you go like those.
No, but you say something no that mean you know what.
Oh, you don't know
like what you're thinking
That makes sense.
because
That makes
if
sense.
I mean the truth is
Yeah.
is that every time that you both come together it's going to be that fireworks
Firecracker,
and
but
whatever.
they should aim for fire.
But I can speak for myself also to say that if when it not cut it, me I want in my mind if you are thinking say this actually not cut it because me was say yo this not cut it, but me I say oh me can't really make it look no way. Me have to just say all right, it is what it is.
Well, it's vice
Today you
versa.
lose, tomorrow you win.
Tomorrow you win. It's vice versa.
But I
and
would
that's why I come back to compromising. You understand?
No,
you have to know.
that's the biggest word in marriage.
You have to know.
Biggest word.
You have to know when a person is slacking off and versus when a person is really exhausted because of certain things. You understand? But nevertheless, the men, I don't think a lady can do too much.
No, burger.
Yeah.
Any
I don't think that can be. I don't think a lady can do too much. I think in relationship, what people should strive to do is just to put out their best in everything, whether it be intercourse, whether it be partying, whatever. Just don't take it on yourself, well, lucky, yesterday you did this and the day before you did that. No, just as spontaneous and enjoy life. However, men knowing that they have a higher sex drive, no, they should really live accordingly. And don't blame ladies because when the drive just up there or in the overdrive all the day.
It's rough, It's rough because
Marlene.
Read it.
So Marlene said, I guess as you get older, worse if you're not in good shape, then you slow down somewhat. I guess for some ladies, but some and that could be very true. But what I come to realize that I mean there is in shape and in shape in the sense that there are some ladies that get lethargic, you understand, mentally, and it affect their performance physically.
Mm-hmm.
Because like a thick girl, I don't think like, I mean, slim girl really have it over a thick girl in it.
In terms of what?
In terms of maybe even fitness, in the sense it's because it starts from the mind.
Mm-hmm.
Because really and truly, that's some thick girl where trust me, being thick not stop them. You
Mm-hmm.
understand? So it
Mm-hmm.
is the mind. It is home what, and again, this is something that the men, some men who maybe fall in this version, they can think it's the mind. It's not about, all right, because you feel for and you always have the drive. It's about sometimes touching the right places,
Making the
and
right
making
initiation.
the right initiation,
Mm-hmm.
and I guess that's where foreplay comes in. And even before play start, it don't have to start in the bedroom, people. That's the thing, bro. It starts out of the bedroom. 'Cause when you can prick the woman mind from outside, stimulated from
Mm-hmm.
outside of the bedroom. And then now, she already try think about how to do this and how to do that. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, some men also, apart from them having that high sex drive all the time, they may even stress out the woman long, long time.
I mean,
Stress
the
comes
truth
into
is,
it and
you,
whatever. So it has to be like a level
yeah,
playing field.
the truth is this: you can't. There's no way you're gonna have proper sex without if any of the party is stressed out.
Yeah.
I have heard people say, boy, sex is a stress reliever for men. I yes,
And it can be a added
yes,
stress
and it,
device for women
if
because of how the man deal with it.
right. So me say I would say to that yes I know because I don't necessarily need to have sex to de-stress.
So these
My
stress,
method
yeah.
of de-stressing is silence. My method of de-stressing is to just be silent. Gonna look at in the
But
night,
most men
stare
do,
up on the
bro.
sky, whatever, whatever.
Most men
That
do.
is my distress. For me, sex is just fun. Is just excitement. Is just you know making it last as long as it can.
Are you recreation
And
time?
yes, yes,
Hallelujah.
sex for me is recreation. It's
Recreation.
not a de-stressor.
But
You
for a
know,
lot of men though it is.
it's like watching Liverpool play. Yeah, lift your spirit. Yeah, that is what sex is for me. It's not about de-stressor. Yeah. Um, but I find one I think that for us as men, and I wish, as I said, we should have some men on the live here. One of the things that I find is this that whereas a man, and of course, we all know about what stimulates men and what stimulates
With
women.
women.
Men are stimulated by what they see, women are stimulated by not just what they see, but what they feel and what they hear. Because I have found that out too that women are stimulated not only by touch, by
Yes.
what you also
That's a
say in their ears or what they hear, right? But I have found out unequivocally that it takes a mental preparation for the woman to get ready. Whereas the man can think, see something, and boom, we're ready. For a lady, it takes a mental preparation. So, for example, even if she's washing the clothes, there's a way to get something out of that tile. You understand me? And it's and I believe that if for example as men who are married, we have to if our sex drive is as high as the survey say, which I think it is true,
Yeah.
we have to find creative ways to make things happen. So you don't have to be all scheduled and organized and say, okay, within this time and that time, on this day and on that day, we have to get creative and find a way to
Yeah,
make
to
something
make
happen.
something.
You understand me?
That is
I
true
mean,
because
if the washing machine could talk, you understand? Just
in a
saying.
in a sense, and again, it doesn't take too much for a man to get
At the place
at
ready.
the
Yeah.
place and ready, versus with a lady, you understand, a man may have to touch some
Spots. Yeah.
vital points, or you understand, versus I think too much men are trying to sometimes things that you hear and you may watch and
Mhm.
listen to is the ladies do complain about the men wearing the bam bam situation that we're talking about at last week.
Mm.
it is a problem because even some ladies, men should not go around the fact that one of the reason why some ladies maybe don't even the drive have been lessened and cut
Mm-hmm.
down is because the appetite, it's not presentable right, or the memory of maybe just quickies and all of those things for the maker. They want it so frequently, and as they get it is like them shoot,
Mm-hmm.
right? So you find out, say, some ladies get annoyed and tired of all of that too.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? So it's not good enough that the men just always want it. When you want it, it's good, but they must deal properly too with what they want and getting. They should deal with it in such a proper way that the lady don't have time to back down either. Them always ready to, because it's like,
Yeah.
that content. I believe that if you offer a lady a nice cup of ice cream, no matter how tired she is, she'll eat it. She'll take the time to have it. You understand?
Yeah.
So it's all good that, yeah, you want it, but when you really get it, let it count. Let it count in the way that it cannot be refused.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
Make it make
understand?
sense.
Make it make sense. So there are many little factors that come into play why the old men, have the highest supply and whatever sometimes
But can
it's a
can
quality time.
can the woman's sex drive be increased the level of the men in terms of you and your partner both reaching at a certain heights in the thing where it is sustained?
I think that, yeah, may not, maybe not all the time, but many
Mm-hmm.
times. Yeah, and even sometimes you have cases wherein the men in space of 4 minutes, in space of, according
So there
to,
comes the discouragement.
exactly. So in space of 4 minutes, they shoot. And that time now the lady, the lady mind, our mind just a prepare for wonderful and great things. You understand? But because their fountain is so easy to turn on
Mm-hmm.
and to, and to
Your
fire.
fountain.
Yes, you find out that it's a quality time.
So
It's
Marlene
quality
says,
time.
I know that as men, hold on. Marlene said, I know that as men get older, they can't really keep up with the woman. I've
Oh,
heard that before.
yeah, that
I
time.
have heard that before.
Oh,
That like when the ladies then reach age 50,
yeah.
that is when their desire is turned up. Some here. Yeah, but thank
Yeah.
Carlene says, but also remember some people's sex drive is low because he or she may have a dysfunction.
Oh,
Well,
yes,
yeah, and that's another whole
that's
topic by
another
itself.
topic. And that's why compromising have to come into play.
Because
With
yeah,
some
because the
part.
truth is, the truth is, and there's a part of the survey that speaks to that too, like it says that in the earlier part of marriage or the earlier part of a relationship, the men's sex drive is highest or it's at the highest, and it's like this is
Peak.
the scale. So at the start, this is the woman is here, the man is here, right? And as the years go, you find it to go like this. So me here.
Oh.
So
So what
like when
then
you
they're
reach
not
like
gonna
50,
want it?
no. It's like when you reach 50, the woman desire gets higher
That's what I
than the
hear.
men.
Yeah, you said that life
So I
begins
heard
at 40.
40 or 50.
40 for women.
40.
Life the new 20s 40 in case somebody never know.
Right? That's what I hear.
Well, I guess that's when the role will switch and the balance will
And
back.
you understand me? And that's why when Michelle said compromise, because the truth is, sometimes as men, boy, I'm starting more vegetable and all these things and drinking a lot more water
A
and
carrot.
drinking less soda and all these
The
things.
carrot
I love
okra.
not live past soda as much, but I mean, I like soda. I love soda. But yeah, I mean, because it means then that though we as men, our thing is high now in our younger age, we're going to come down to a stage when it's not so high, and if we never show compassion and compromise in them time there,
Might get left
you
in the
understand me?
park.
God forbid when you
God
read
forbid.
when the lady thing turn up now and you can match up, I don't even do the compromising now because
I've got certain
whereas
knowledge.
you usually bother every 3 4 times a
Oh
week. She
God.
know bother you 3 4 times a
Four
week and
times.
you can't manage to go so far. Whoa.
That's why it's
When the
good.
tables turn.
Compromising is good. Because I believe that good, sensible ladies, yeah, you know that, okay, yeah, your partner drive up there. And yes, you may not be able to be a stallion, but you can try be a good horse. You understand me? And it needs the understanding of the males. So when the wheel turns, I don't think that lady is gonna like forsake their spouse. That they know that
Mhm.
the spouse already set the pace and the hobby and everything. So it should be just balance and whatever. So all those men out there, we're talking about girl, whatever. Think twice again. Got 50 coming if you don't reach yet.
Oh my.
But
So
anyway,
Marlene says men's sex drive is higher when they are younger. It it's scientific that most men lose testosterone as they grow
as they
older,
grow
so they lose their sex drive. So yes, what a killer when you're young, but age
older.
age chipping.
Yeah.
So in my mind, still
So
to
then
be
we
honest.
have second
Okay, so then we have to be mindful
mindful as
as
women
women, and a woman is there as long as
long.
she not sick.
She not longevity.
Yeah. So I mean it does kind of bring to a little conscious reason as men still, because the truth is, I'm gonna accept it that men, our sex drive is far higher than the
Yeah.
ladies. We're not gonna go around that. Um, we're not, and it also gives us this conversation gives us as men a certain level of conscious thinking then. Because the truth of the matter, if it is scientifically proven that this going to happen, it means then we will have to show up a compassion, work a compromise, eat right, and take care of our bodies. So
Yeah.
at least we can go as long as we
As
can.
yeah.
Because at some point the ladies desire going
Then you never hear
and
the
turn up.
ladies cannot finish and
Yeah,
some
I
yeah
mean, yeah,
and
the Jamaican song have a way of
yeah
expressing it.
and you do know that I believe that saying, yes, you go up and you hear from a regular lady, have
Hmm.
long job to whatever. I think
Hmm.
it's true. But today date, you have a lot of men that are taking care of themselves. A lot of men. Because, even this blogger that we watch sometime, I
Hmm.
can't believe that his wife is so young. I mean, say, what a man, he look cruel to himself. My sister younger, but then he's taking care of himself. He
Once you take care of
exercise, lift
yourself,
weights, and
yeah,
so
man,
and eat right as you say.
yeah, man.
So
And
I
and
believe
and
in
and,
that.
and then and that will then help you to maintain, because I what I have found over the 21 years is that, me not lie to you, I my desire has not dropped not one bit. She
And
can tell
that's
you
good.
that
That's
much. Um,
my one job
she can
sometimes.
keep up. To be honest with you,
Yeah. I mean, maybe can't keep
oh, you
up. All
can
right,
keep up.
Robbie, baby, I give you 2 minutes. You can't bother go back and forth. But anyway,
Which 2 minutes? 2 minutes.
rub your
2 minutes
beard.
rubbing beard. Because
To
you know
rub your
say
no,
two
to
minutes
rub
no
your
oh
beard.
God,
To
2 minutes
rub
no
your
work.
beard.
You understand?
Oh.
But just say though that I found out that
And that's good.
the dynamics of it is that you as a man, as the man, the desire is up and thing and pushing.
And that's good.
And I find out that, I mean, no, no, there are times when I want to be with Michelle, and she don't up to it or
I'm
whatever.
tired, man.
She
Work.
tired or whatever. And me just chill, cause honestly, if it not right, it just not right. Me now go, and I prefer mutual full participation. I'm not into the
That is, and that
thing,
is why
you know.
my talk will
So
also.
me no have to, not to cut you.
Sorry.
So me no have to just me not lie, me have to just easy myself. What me gonna do?
Yeah, but I mean, it's not like an easy stuff long. It's about, that's why I come back to the point again. You must know when a lady become lazy from versus when she
There's genuine
need their
tiredness.
journey. You understand? And you must pay attention to all the extra efforts and benefit of times when you understand
Mhm.
when it's like New Year's.
so
So
so Carl, so all right, some Carly
that's
Marlena
that.
says so then we have to, okay, saying that the women have to be mindful. So Carly know with her ultra herself, so that's why they created Viagra.
Viagra, you have to do
All
it who would need
right,
it. You
so
can't complain.
just for the record, Viagra was not created for that purpose.
Oh.
Let me explain, and I can speak from a position of knowledge. Viagra is actually used in surgery to thin the blood so that it can flow faster, and that during surgery, if there's any touching or whatever, they can use it to also get the heart to pump faster to push the blood to areas that it is needed.
Yeah.
It is just that it them book upon it that while during using the Viagra in surgery, while it is being used, they realize that the man's manhood bang, during
Surge.
surgery. And so it was now marketed
Oh Lord.
for that purpose, but that's not the original purpose of Viagra.
But some people just abuse it because
Do,
they know what it
do
can
you
do.
know that the, the order Viagra,
Tyrone, good night,
the
welcome.
actual order Viagra for
Good night.
even for surgery in the children hospital?
Huh?
Yes.
So it's like what to dump
It is
some?
no, it is really a medicine, or it's really something that stimulates the heart to pump blood faster.
So why may not take it to the
Because during surgery, when them apply the Viagra to the male, they found out the man's thing go bang because more blood was pumping to that area. So now psychologically, when a man take Viagra, it aids. But that's not what the original purpose of Viagra, and I'm speaking from knowledge.
Oh my
When I say
Lord.
knowledge, information. Because we are work, we
Oh
distribute
yeah,
Viagra.
pharmaceutical. Alright. Man, people go with your phone
We
over your
distribute,
phone.
and no,
I have
it
lived.
still requires a prescription.
I have come
All right, so right, all right, yeah. Good night to you, Ruan. Um, Carlin says
there.
yes, Viagra for the males. There is a reason. There's a LOL. We don't need it.
Barley.
No, but
Yes, Sandy.
there is a pill for ladies too, a pink
Eh?
one. Yes.
What I don't know.
It not no, we don't distribute it, but there is one.
Oh.
Yeah. Um, Somebody say yes, it encourages blood flow. Right, as I was explaining. I am late. I hope you guys are getting off no time soon. No, we have a little bit more
We have
time,
a little
Ron.
more
We have a
time,
little bit more
cause
time. Yeah, so you only
associate
actually we're going
Viagra.
to surgery. Yes, yeah, yeah,
Yes,
right.
right.
Might be true,
True,
but
but
we know. No, I'm just saying that's the original purpose for the Viagra.
so they
But
discover
now that
something.
they discovered that when it is
Oh my
used,
god.
it also stimulates that area, and because it's really and truly for blood
Um,
supply. You
well,
understand?
I do.
So watch this now. It's also again about the mind, because the mind is this. Marlene, you can't draw me out. I'm speaking based on facts and information that I have, being that I work in the pharmaceutical environment. And
Oh my
on my
god.
company, we do distribute Viagra. So I'm talking facts. Anyway, that was
Mhm.
saying. So it's still about the mind, because the truth is, that is when they use it in the surgery, right? I mean, a little child, come on. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're going to use it just to, for example, I don't know what kind of surgery it would be, but you know that it's the blood that pumps, the heart that pumps blood to all the body. So in order to, whatever the surgery is there, then and then apply the Viagra, then it pumps blood to the body. And of course, blood is what gives life to the body and,
Yeah.
sustains the body. So, oh, when they use it, right? But I know of a fact though, getting back to the topic, Marlene, that, that for us as men, it's really and truly a mind thing to get the ladies to respond. In other words, with our high sex drive, wanting it 3, 4 times for the week, to be frank with you, if I can, I would take it 3, 4 times for the week.
No, I have more than that.
Yes, sir. Um, and of course, the thing about it is that there's a break for the ladies. So when that break comes now, as a man, you take a break too. You understand what I say? When the break over now, I find real talk now, people. I find that and I've listened to older men talk. So sometimes me I reason with some of the man and the man were single. Even ladies are single. Say, Mr. Lee, how long you married? I said 21 years. So 21 years, I just want somebody. I'm gonna say yeah. Then I'm gonna say yeah. I'm gonna say nothing else, Mr. Lee. You never tried. No. He said, well, to God be the glory. No, I haven't. It's one lady. You understand me? I said, and I've listened to older men who have spoken. And I'm saying to Mr. Listen, man. Yeah, it, yes, the experience was the experience, but the truth of the matter is that you don't. It's not something where you're missing anything great. You understand what I'm saying? Maybe a different face, maybe a different lady, but you don't missing anything great. So I just listen to persons who talk. I don't need to experience necessarily what them experience, but I can hear from them and learn from them. You understand what I'm saying? So whereas when you're married, your wife takes a break because there is a break in the cycle of life. She has a period. So, well, just because some men don't like say the word, and I am confident in my man, so I can say the word. So when there's a break in transmission, yes, then you as a man, your body need to break too, so you took a break. But what you find is that oftentimes when a man is promiscuous or he might have more than one partners, his body don't get a break. And sometimes now what that does, women learn again is this. And listen to me, men who are watching. Your body produces that thing with that sperm. You see, every time we give off a load, every time we release a portion, we are losing whole heap of things. We are losing cells, we are losing bone marrow, because in that liquid thingy, yes, is the potential for a human being. And our body, we release over about how much millions in one time. So imagine I jump all every week, or your different ladies are whatever the case. You release, I release, I release. Eventually, you're going to come if you and yes, you can always eat right and replenish, but you're still losing you lose your entire system and come out of you. It's not just sex, it's a whole heap of thing where your body can produce to give life, come out of you every time. So when you have one lady and the lady takes a break, take a break and you can rest your body and rejuvenate your body. You understand me? And I find out back to the point that she was alluding to. When that break happens, it's at the start, this is the first week after that break there, murderation from the lady. And I can't speak for her, and I lie to you, and as a man, as her husband, I wish that we could be forever. Listen me, when that time and she ready, I was like, yo.
Let's set it straight. It's not.
I want it to last for.
It's not that.
Right back to the next time.
It's just that to the next break. Can I say? It's just that as a woman, you have gotten a break, and I don't know. It's like you have gotten a break, and with that break, it comes with the longing, and so it's like you feel so much like a little gladiator. But at the end of the day, depends on how hard you go. Like for the rest of weeks now, you take your dosage. You take your medicine fine. Look at dosage.
Listen to me. I'm not into the fine dosage. I mean, the truth is,
Carly, what say something?
no man, Carly, it's a Craig confirm me. I said, big up yourself, Craig, because Craig will do research too. You understand me? I said, so he's just confirming what I've said. So good to so that is a good thing. But I'm telling you, Rowan says, well,
Well,
it hold a lot
thing. A lot of
come out of me because can't keep on going
going
and
and
going
going.
and going. Listen, mate, that's another stop by say because the truth is, for me, there's a certain, and this is like another whole, this is like a lesson for the men alone. A lesson for the men alone. Going on and on, Rowan. For me, and I hope we're talking about the same thing because for me, longevity, especially in a session of intimacy, comes with one the woman's mind preparation, and of course the man's mind, both of us mind preparation. Because yes,
Yeah, that's
men
another topic.
men initiate it. We
Molly,
love we are quick to initiate. So we initiate, yes. And now when we initiate, we have to now bring the lady to a certain point. When we bring her to that certain point now, we have to be careful that we don't reach before she. Because when she reaches at a certain point, we have to now go back in our mind and say, okay, she's not ready. And I'm almost there.
That's when the lady become the one
You
with the
understand me?
lamb.
So to go on and on requires a certain mental
Mental.
fortitude from the man. And also a little skillful maneuvering.
Yeah.
You understand? But that's another class by itself.
Another topic as
So Marlene says you have to get creative during periods.
Oh.
It is not a disability. Worse, you have a high sex drive.
Yeah, to each his own, I
Interesting. Interesting,
guess.
Marlene.
Did you know
Very
that some
interesting.
people get cramps and
Mm. But Marlene, I
I understand what
understand
you're
what you
saying.
are saying on 100%. You understand me? Because watch this now. There are some things that if I mean, I think Michelle said it last week in or the last video we had, and she was saying, boy, you have to be, you have to get down with it, and you have to be,
Yes,
do what you have
correct.
to do to please your spouse and
Yeah,
whatever. And of course, creativity during that
during
time
that
is
time.
necessary. However, um, I for one would I would love the creativity, but if the creativity doesn't happen, I just hold my peace and just gonna say, all
I
right.
think that can work a lot for maybe ladies who don't experience PMS.
I mean, the certain
Yeah,
certain
the
certain
cramps,
effects
the pain, yeah.
because it makes you
And
very uncomfortable.
yeah, see.
Because there are ladies who don't want to be touched during that
Mm.
that time.
So Carlina talk your talk, let's go.
Oh Jesus, Carlene, you're my friend indeed, right? Ladies need
To do
to
more.
also initiate. Say
That's
say
true.
amen, sister Lee.
Amen. It's true. It's true. Ladies need to initiate more. And I mean, like I said, it's not. There are times when I fall short with that too because I've gotten used to him initiating, and I always ready. Till sometimes it can get you to always
You understand?
I expect the male to initiate, but ladies need to
Me not
initiate
lie,
more.
me not lie. What I have done,
Some ladies.
I just tone down my initiation because
Me say,
I
I
tone it
just
down
me a
because
fear initiate a
when
little
not
bit.
how often now you talk about him, but just you
About
often.
3 times.
What up?
Last week. Tayo na ba na nila yan come up with it.
Listen, listen. I tone down my initiation because I believe that she needs to do.
I
I mean,
understand.
like it's like you have a balance because sometimes you don't want to feel like you're the only one that is interested. You're the only one who wants it. You understand me?
It just
And then
makes
and then you kind of feel a little way if you know, say, boy, you have to initiate all the time. You
when
understand
you
me?
have broken a certain
Me
way,
know me
it's
broke
not.
your body.
That's true.
Me
That's
broke
true.
your
Me
body.
not debate that. That is true. When you're out, you expect it make it so easy for you to know that sometimes you can't cold. You ladies say, all right, wait a minute. One. And it make you lay back a little, but when you see The person trying to prove a point, say, all right, I'm sleeping on initiate. You have to turn up your gladiator
Yeah, it have to
ness
happen. It have to happen.
from personal.
Okay, so well, I say, Colin, you can share now. When I say from personal experience, elaborate, man. Elaborate. Don't just leave it there, sir. Elaborate, man. You understand me? Maybe it can help somebody else who is watching. You can elaborate. You understand me? But I think it is overall a done deal when it come on to men and versus women. I think that's how God made us. And separate from apart, if you have made a commitment to the Lord where that you try to, maintain and you're bound by, I think most men naturally they must go off for them the same urge and the same feeling. Um, although there are persons who are not Christians who do hold a kind of monogamous relationship. They have their own partner. That's the right word. Monogamy is one partner, right? You understand me? I say, and they do it because there's love and there's commitment. You understand me? I say, but I find out that it requires work. It requires work, especially as a Christian. It requires work because you can't jump from pillar to post because something get you where you want, or this post that you're supposed to meet your sexual desires or your sexual appetite. You can't jump from pillar to post. You have to just know, all right. One, you hold yourself to the word. One, two, you compromise because the truth of the matter is that even if you find somebody else, the person who you find, were you going to lead that person again, because it never work out? And if you find someone you lead, you understand me? I said, although you have like a Solomon who had, holy, so
That was then.
but then Solomon,
gone.
no, you still have persons who are practical, but not the same amount of women.
Well, I know it happened in some
In
cultures.
some, right,
So
right.
I'm glad about Jamaica.
So you, so you're saying unequivocally that could not be for you.
That could not be for me. If me there, so chef move and go this.
No, but it's supposed.
That's why I'm glad
It's
my
a
culture
mindset.
don't
It's a
facilitate
mindset.
them
It's a
things.
mindset.
Maybe if me live at them place, I just do some survey in Jamaica.
No, but no. But the truth is that if you live in a place, you don't grow up in the culture.
Lord, you're a good
And
God. You never make a mistake.
it wouldn't be a problem to you.
You never make a mistake.
Well, intimacy is such a wide topic. So many factors can make it good or bad, even with initiation. Yeah, but Marlene, initiation is important because you don't want to feel as if, well, as a man, yes, man, they must say, oh, man is a hunter, man sex drive is higher than women, men want it more. The truth of the matter is this: you know how attractive it is as a man to see a lady initiate. You know how attractive it is for to see a lady put on something and she just walk past you and make a bad bend over. You know how attractive that is. Or if you know, say, boy, you wake up to something, you fast asleep and you wake up to something. You know how attractive that
something?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Corley.
You wake up to something. I mean, it's about being creative. You understand me? That's what it is about. So it don't have to be all the while that the man is the one who is hunting and making the first move.
You can make, as we say, you can make it your recreation time.
It's my recreation that is not a
so it's a
distressor
little
for me.
fun place to meet.
It's a fun place.
When the life at home, you beat you, do all kind of things to you. Especially when you have kids, you just need that middle point to meet. You understand?
Yeah.
That I know that Christ is everything, all in all. But remember now, we are satisfying even that side of the flesh that God gave us. I'm coming back to satisfy. So you have to find a middle ground where you can meet back there. And no matter what going east, west, north, and south, you meet back there. When you meet back there, that's where you know.
So 5 persons are watching us now. We know there are 3 persons. You can indicate who you are, the 4th person. I think we have up on our phone is on this. It's on it. So Carlin again. Well, Williamson this says we have been married for almost 8 years. You have to find ways of spicing up your love life,
Beautiful.
and if it means taking control sometimes.
That's
I love
fine.
that word,
That's fine. That's
Carlene.
fine.
Then
That's
so
true.
be it. I love that word, taking control.
Sometimes.
Yes, I love
That's why
that
it's good
word.
to exercise and to build your muscles.
Hey.
And you like
Yeah.
take a step from there, read, please.
That's an inside joke, but she
Yeah.
you should about exercise and keep
I
fit.
love my exercise. I just
Hmm.
things to
Someone
do.
says, I know that's why I say sometimes
Yes,
factors affect it.
you cannot
They are
attest.
factors. They are factors
Yeah.
that affect it. But I'm stressing on it because oftentimes, even in society, it is reflected that men initiate and make the move. Yes, I
Yeah.
mean the survey showed that there was a they sent somebody to the opposite sex to approach the opposite sex, and the men that were approached, what it says on 62% no 75% of the men accepted the proposal, whereas 25% of the women refused. No, 100% of the women refused the sex
Oh, the
offer,
sex out.
right? But whereas the men now, 75% of the men accepted the sex offer. Now, imagine it says something, that when a woman initiates, it is more likely that a man will respond because the man is always initiating. So when your wife or your lady initiates now, just imagine
Yeah.
the thing you have flashed at the man
Firework.
head. Come on, say, yeah, let's get it on. Yes, sir. Somebody says, I know it is important for you to make the man also feel needed.
Needed. That's
It
true.
does wonders for him.
That is true.
Best said. Well, well said. You understand me?
That is
So
so
we
true.
are we I don't think I think it's a no-brainer to say that, listen up. Yes, men want it more.
Hey, good on Marlene.
Which
Sorry.
is really just simple.
So Marlene said, me and hubby been together for over 25 years. Man, we have to spice it up. That's true.
25 years. And see we sitting here about 21.
The
I'm married
minister.
at 25.
But at least me can still
Of
attest to what
course.
is we still
Yeah,
have to
man.
spice it
Yeah,
up.
man.
Still
Yeah,
have to
man.
make
It
time.
requires that. And that's why I said earlier today that earlier in life that why if the machine could talk, washing machine, you understand me, they could testify. Because I mean, we know that the truth of the matter is that especially if you're in a committed relationship, it requires creativity.
Yeah.
You understand me? I say it requires creativity. And person even ask me, as I say, it's a more time and money reason. And ladies have even asked me question too in relation to, what is it that makes you stay committed or whatever. Don't you ever think of wanting to whatever. There are times you're tempted, but the truth of the matter is that you make a commitment to somebody and you count the
Look on
cost.
the yeah.
You count the cost. Are you going to step up because you never right this week and you think you deserve more and not get it, whatever. No. These conversations have to be had that way. And that's what I say, big woman thing. You see that they come out of money because so many money reasons sometimes. It is important that certain conversations are had
Yeah.
and there has to be a willingness to talk about certain things because the truth of the matter, if you're not willing to talk about certain things, somebody can get cold,
Yeah.
somebody can get
And it won't
reserved
be able to be
and just shut
resolved,
off.
you know?
You understand me? I don't want that. It always all the things coming to play now.
Yeah.
Separate to the power, yes, we're talking about, whether who more greedy, man or woman. I think the survey has it. Men are more
Yeah. Men
greedy, if you
more
want to call it that.
greedy. Yeah.
Yeah. So Marty says you have to work with each other strength. Explain that.
Yeah.
And they say work with each
I
other's
think I
strength. What
kind of
that
get
mean?
it what you
I
mean.
don't. We can share
Work
your
with each
thoughts.
other's strength. In my opinion, what I get from that,
Mm-hmm.
suppose you're the better initiator.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? you initiate, but the next person shouldn't take too long to reciprocate.
Meaning you can learn from
Can
learn
learn,
from each other.
yeah, learn from each other, and in the sense that before time, I will know like how I'm knowing that you like me to come up and initiate. Don't just wait until you initiate and all of that. So rise to the occasion and put some thought into it and reciprocate. And with other stuff too, it can be the same principle for other little stuff. So you're always, balancing each other.
So Marlene says, I am more creative and I know his level, so I work with him.
And that's good.
That's
That's
good.
excellent.
That is good. So I understand. Because,
That is excellent.
and let me say this right across the board. Creativity is a spice of life. What I mean say was a spice of life. There's another statement. Variety. It's a variety. All right.
And
cool. We I say creativity. Because in creativity there's variety. You understand me? So you become creative, and in that creativity you find the variety. You understand me? Because the truth is, you and your partner have each other until death separates you, right? Because we don't endorse divorce. I mean, if it happens, it happens. We're not going to say we don't condemn anybody who has been through that experience, is what they have experienced. And the truth of the matter is that when that happens, it's a sad occasion, but at the same time, life goes on. One and two, I don't think nobody should live in unhappiness. It's like this journey was meant for fun. This journey was meant for a good experience. And if you're not having the best of experience, and you do all you can and no work out, I mean, it's a
and I
sad
think when you look at
situation.
it, God is not boring. Sometimes you see some flowers. I mean, one tree about multiple different colors. There's a tree I always admire when going near down to the PNP headquarters. It had purple, it had orange.
Yeah, when it blooms.
I mean, I said, look at God. He's not boring. So why we try to put him in such a box? Just I think we put him in such a box to appease ourselves. So when we put that limitation, we can feel good putting ourselves in the limitation. But God is not. He's not boring.
No. And as I say, as you come on like the live, because there are six. We went up to 6 hours ago. I know there's 3 persons liking. That's all right. It only takes you a second to press the like. All right. So yeah. I think we looked at it, and it is conclusive, as I've said before, that the men.
Yeah.
But the truth is too, the survey did say that you still have a 52% of women who say that they would love for an increase in the thing there. You understand me? I say in the sex life. Because the truth of the matter is that most of the time, I'm thinking. Hold on, I'm thinking because it's a set. I think is that when you both just get married, there's no children around. You have more time to play. You have more energy.
Yeah, that's what the bottom line is.
So how do you then mitigate the fact?
The balance.
Well, the truth of the matter is this. I must admit this. Because of the online schooling, it poses a challenge. Because the truth is, when our kids are not at home, yeah. So this online thing and this COVID thing, I match up the whole plan, It just come to my mind, Because I work on a shift basis, right? So I sometimes I work from 7 to 4, and then another time I work from 2 to 10 or 1 to 10, whatever the case may be. So if I'm working 1 to 10 and the kids leave in the morning and gone to school, now wake up early, right? And so I might wake up and have breakfast, and after breakfast, we have breakfast.
Anyway, won't be forever. School at home not took by so we continue.
And Jay soon gonna university, and Michael are going to school. Those opportunities will come back. And there's this online
So well,
coding thing.
opportunity is just that
You
you
know what I
can't
mean?
me know right on the clock.
Yes, because one,
Yes.
yeah, yes, I chew me attack, Carly. I chew thing me attack. And COVID mash up the plan. Come in, I wonder, it's like you just come back to your mind and say, oh, that's why. Because
Yeah, that's true, Molly.
in the morning, we wake up, I'm a forgot, but when, because of the online school, in the afternoon, I mean, the afternoon shift, we wake up. Them there. And then I love to just roam all
Yeah,
over the
him
place.
in love many servings.
Yeah, sir. So Cardini said, I find sometimes that couples have fantasies but don't share with each other. Then go outside and get in trouble.
Yeah, there is a lie
Whoa.
that happens sometimes.
Solid point, Carly. Yeah.
It's good to share with each other. It really is. Because and
But what if your fantasy you, in speaking of fantasy, there cannot be any level of condemnation in relation to if somebody openly says, this is my fantasy. You have Christian couples who are espoused who may say, no, that is ungodly. How come?
well, you should know your spouse by now to know whether more things
No,
is
but they
ungodly.
know, but what if a man have a fantasy and him speak in mind, if a man have him fantasy, he's supposed to allow to speak in mind. If a woman have a fantasy, supposed to speak her mind.
That's why I laugh over the Titanic deck business.
What her fair fantasy is to go up on a ship and go stand up at the thing like Titanic.
It's not to just stand up, but you can't enclose everything.
Well,
it's the experience.
Yeah. And the other day she missed the opportunity because she makes it with her hotel and she come and mix up with me about stuff and miss her opportunity. Yeah, fault. So Cardi says, no, not just that. Our children are small. When we are ready, that's when they
wake up. Especially Mikey, we're always on coming out your bed. And when them small, them always knock on the door. Can I come in?
Hey guys, 7 persons.
You have to work on it.
We should say 7 likes. Hey, blessed Chris. Good to see you, man.
Oh man.
So what? We have been there for the live for 1 hour and 70 minutes before you could have come on, brother. Welcome to my lord. Welcome. And there are 7 persons. We should say 7 likes. Lioness, can the time to call. Yeah, freeze her up or something. Share hobby. And I say hobby because we're speaking that you must come and tell us yes, the ring is on the finger. I must send us pictures. Yeah. What we gonna say? Maybe it's on the point.
Yeah, man, the children and
Right. Guys, I know anybody who experiences never tell us a line or tell. Walking pound here.
Oh, when Jordan was about actually did a Mona primary grade 1.
Why? I remember. I
was 6 years
I only
old.
know say when I don't remember for the JR the age, but draw a sheet fast.
We're living at the other place.
Yeah, and I think I think like if she be on top or whatever, or draw the sheet and just lay down like as if.
That was my most embarrassing moment in life. And as small as she was, you understand, I still felt conscious. I think it's just, I think I gradually grew it out, but it made me become so conscious, and I don't have to close and bowl, no matter how young.
Yeah, that's the thing about we
never again.
I mean, we can't have a big house when we do upstairs and if they don't say that. You understand me? But yeah, do I feel like because especially now.
And Michael is a totally different child from
man.
Michael is now 8. And when Jordan was either 5 or 6 that happened. Jordan never so prime like Michael. Dada was like
Michael
that
come
little
knock your
little
door.
mouse. Oh sorry, oh sorry.
Daddy, what going in there?
No, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
What?
Open the door.
What? And it's not like him hear something. The place was just so quiet for him.
I just call
That's good, Carly. Lock up them doors.
that would be unfortunate because you would be lying to yourself. When I get that part there, sister, not just our children.
Are
Okay,
small, yeah.
okay, we read
When
that
you're
part
ready,
earlier.
that's when they wake up. Yeah, or
Yeah.
cancel the thing. That would be unfortunate because you would be like, yeah.
I guess she talking about the
The
fantasies.
fantasy.
Mhm.
Oh,
Not you being able to tell,
tell.
to express how you feel or express your
You
fantasy.
should. I mean, right now, it's just the right location. And
Yeah, because and Michael is one I mean he'll go literally go outside and knock the window.
what if
I
our room become too
because
quiet?
yeah, and then because our window is in the day you can't
You cannot see
see it
through.
through it, but he literally goes to the window and
And
try
try to,
to
and
be.
he still cannot. Why you're so quiet in there? What are you guys doing in there? And
Oh my word! So yeah, so henceforth, dude, because of this whole COVID thing, they have to be they have to be in
yeah, the doors
homeschool.
now.
We have to lock up the door. Versus when them gone, we just lock one
That's
door,
the
two door, the
two
front
phones.
door and the back door, and the rest
Or
of the
play the
room,
television or the
the
remote.
rest of the rooms is our playground. But
You have to be mindful of
it's
them.
yeah. Craig is always mindful of that, so the door is always closed.
Yeah,
True.
we're talking about the door
Yeah.
being closed though.
Yeah.
I think the children nowadays they have I think they have an inquisitive mind, especially my phone.
Yeah, them born with that man. Them born with that.
Inquisitive mind.
And then again because they have to be learning online. They watch YouTube
And
and
figure stuff out.
and
Even
figure
where's
stuff
the
out.
fun laughing? Daddy, what you doing, mommy? Why is she
If
laughing?
we ever laughing, him want come find out where they laughing
Why
from.
the laughing?
Yeah. So thank God for my daughter now 24 is no longer interested in us.
Come like Jordan. Jordan
happy,
neither
happy for
here.
you, Marley.
Jordan neither here
Yeah,
nor there.
Jordan don't give a care. She just knows that she in her room and she do her
Work.
work or she watch her video or she do some tech thing, whatever the case
I
may be.
can't forget
You know.
it.
But even and one thing I want to we probably need to talk about next time is having that conversation with your children, having certain conversations with the children
Or at
because
what age?
even the age limit of it. You understand? Because we want to make sure so boy information that is given to them is not given to them by anybody else but us. You understand me? I mean, we're not alcoholics, but I rather if my daughter is gonna taste alcohol, make she taste it at home. If she have the experience or feel or whatever, okay, good. So you don't go out and with nobody and go drink. You stay in your house or whatever. That's what I'm saying. Just say because I believe that in life there's something you can experience, but it must be experience in a controlled environment where you're not where nobody can hurt you. You understand? Because people, as Michelle said, people are really, devious and deceptive. So, guys, it's been swell.
Yeah.
Oshiruan, I know you come on a little late, but unless somebody has something else they want to say,
Our
the truth
question.
or a question, if you have a question to ask, you can go ahead. Um, we'll be on it another maybe 10 minutes or so the most. Yes, if you have a question, you can share. Yeah, Colin. Look, I believe that our children they must hear some things from us.
Yeah.
They must learn some things from us, hear some things from us. It must not be a situation where they are hearing things from others who can give them the wrong information and then send them on the wrong path. I think that whatsoever information they need to hear, especially if you've been through your own experience, you should give them that experience. Yeah, man, you must give them an experience. And so, I hope your husband is listening to you, Marlene. And Lioness, when you watch this, we are saying to you that we're not seeing you. um, Latoya, Dujan,
Yeah.
all of them
Yeah.
people. I know
Yes.
Latoya has a lot on her plate, but
And
you
well,
still need to come
Andre
to
Abbey.
the sessions. I mean, all of who watching now, you're watching not on the night of the live, but you're watching as you must come on to the live. We know do it every Sunday night, between 8 and 8:30. So you guys need to come on to the live and talk your mind and make your suggestions and ask a
Oh,
question.
yeah, but point. Morley in football.
Football season.
Mhm.
Well, ask him inside him support for Liverpool. You know what the team is. Inside him support for Premier League, you know, buck him up and him know what will go on. Yes, I mean, but heal him
Nail
up
him up,
first.
nevertheless.
First, so guys, we're gonna close the live though. As I say, if there's any question you have, you can shoot it to us now. Because we're going to be closing shortly. But I'm happy that for everybody who came,
For
we're happy.
yes, late or
Um,
early,
Late or early,
we're grateful.
we're grateful. One thing that you guys need to do, for those who are watching it even later on, kind of come on in time, remember to turn on the post notification, right? When you turn the post notification bell, then you'll be able to get notified whenever we drop a video, right? You'll get to be notified. So you need to just turn on the bell, and when you turn on the bell, then you'll be able to see as early as possible, and you can remind yourself, set a reminder that we have a live coming up, and you need to be there to watch it. Can really relate tonight because I'm not. Oh, can't. You can or you can't. Can really relate tonight because I'm not married.
Oh, can't.
So I'm
Well,
thinking you're
time to
saying you
come.
can't.
Just you're getting your information now, cause so when the time comes, you're fully loaded.
Trust me,
So don't
Ron,
stop.
once you stick with us and make sure you share it with the other church members, Ron,
I'm
and
friends.
friend. Once you stick with us, Ron, we guarantee you we're going to give it to you truthfully and real, and you will not be misguided. You understand me? That is the main. I think that's the main reason why we started this thing
Sharing.
because we know that there are a lot of church folk who will not tell you the truth
Mhm.
as real
As
and
it
as
should.
raw as we do. Why? Sometimes it's like I don't really know how to put it across in a way that is palatable but yet real, right? But we have experience and been in church almost all our life. So we see certain things and we said, no man, there has to come a point where we can tell the people them really as
Yeah.
real as it is. Why?
So you're not gonna drop in a
You know, we
hole,
jump in our hole. You
you
understand what I say? So we need. So if it tell you it as real as it is, then you can know. All right, then you know what to look out for.
Yeah.
You know when to see certain signals and so forth and so forth. You understand what I say?
And if you find yourself in certain situation, and we may have shared some experience
It will
where
come back to
where
your
to
mind.
you understand, that
Yeah.
what this stuff happened to so and so, and they're still around to tell
Right.
it. So you don't have to be so hard on yourself and
Right. Don't
condemn
beat down
yourself.
yourself.
Just learn from the experience
And move
and
on.
keep pressing.
Yeah. Move on. So guys, we're going to close the live. We know me say it already, but honestly, we're going to do it now. All right. So until our next video upload, we hope we can increase it because the truth of the matter, we need to get to 1,000 subscribers quickly. But even as we go along, we want to ensure that boy we give enough content
Quality.
for you to laugh or to smile or to be informed and to want it and willing to share what you learn, what you hear here. All right. And so until our next live, until our next video upload, we're saying God bless and see you guys on the other side. All right.
And
Blessings.
thank you guys.
And thanks again. Yes. Thanks.
It was really